Hello, my name is Jonathan, and Hi, my name is Johnny, and today we are taking a look at the G&L Tribute Series L2000. So the L2000, or the Lover 2000, the Lazy 2000, the Legendary 2000, the Leo 2000? It probably stands for Leo because this bass is by G&L. G&L was the last hurrah from Leo Fender as he went from Fender to Music Man and then setting up G&L. And although G&L are often overlooked, I always like to think of them as like the roundup of all basses, like where it all accumulated to, all the technologies and developments and things that Leo Fender had learnt over the years all came together to make the best basses in G&L. Are they the best, better than Fenders? Well, it's up for debate. I don't have enough experience with G&L to say that. I've only actually tried two of their guitars, and this being the second one, the first being the G&L Tribute Series SB2, which was amazing. So as I said, this is in the Tribute Series, which is essentially like G&L's version of Squire, but just not badged as a different brand. So they're Indonesian-made versions as opposed to being made in America. But do not dismay, these Tribute Series basses from G&L all come with mostly American parts that's just then put together in Indonesia. It means that these basses are a lot more affordable. So for one of these brand new, you're looking between £500 and £600 at the minute, and for the USA one, you're looking at about £1,600. So pretty big price difference between them. So I'm going to try and keep this video a bit shorter in my talking. That will never happen. Because there is a lot to get through with this bass, and I've got quite a lot to say and hear and listen to and do, so we'll see how it goes. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is this free bottle opener that you get with all G&Ls. The G&L headstock is a contention point. A lot of people do not like it. You could do some damage to a guitarist, so that's a plus. I don't hate it, but it's a weird thing that will instantly put a lot of people off. It's just a weird design thing to differentiate it from other brands. The tuners I think are fine, not the highest quality. You might want to swap them out eventually, but certainly for this price range, there's nothing that I'm too concerned about with those. Now, be warned, because I wish I'd done a little bit more research before getting this bass. You might be thinking, dual humbucker, active electronics, this is going to have a fast neck and something that, is synonymous with that kind of faster playing style. Not the case with these. These necks are big. It's like a P-bass neck. It's probably the biggest neck I've got, apart from this one. It's a 12-inch radius neck with the nut width, being 1 3/4 inches. Pair that up with a medium C shaped neck. It's a chunky boy, and I don't dislike chunky necks, but I don't know if it's necessarily what I was looking for on this bass. So confession time, I actually sold my Sterling Stingray to fund this bass. Of course, I wouldn't have to do that if you liked this video and subscribe down below so I can afford to, I don't know, maybe keep buying guitars and not selling my favorite ones. Anyway, the Stingray had a fantastic neck. Oh my god, felt so comfy, and I kind of, like I said, should have done my research. I thought this is very Music Man inspired. It's G&L, it's the last hurrah. They would have made some developments in the electronics and just how this plays to make it a combination of all the basses put together. And I'm not wrong there, it is, but they combined parts of all different basses, I think, that doesn't really sit that well with me, or how I personally wanted this bass to play. For some of you out there, this thicker neck will be perfect because it is more like a P-bass neck. If you're looking for a P-bass neck with like Music Man style electronics and pickups, then this is the bass for you. So like I said, this neck is heavily lacquered. It's not as sticky as like the classic vibes, I don't think, but certainly in the long run, I would be sanding this neck down, I think, because I just love the way that that feels. It's a very heavy yellow tint, but it really suits that stunning finish on the body. And, you know, let's just take a moment to talk about that, because bloody hell, look at the flame going on here. It's not flame maple, it's like a veneer. So it's not like the real deal, but I won't tell if you don't. So this body does have a tummy cut on the back, but there's no contour on the front here. So if you're playing for a long time, like I was, you know, putting this video together, you do start to feel that a little bit up here. G&L standard like high mass style bridge. I really like these bridges. I think they are great. On the back, we have a 6-bolt bolt-on construction. That neck is not going anywhere. Big neck, big body. I would describe this bass as a proper chonker, so much so that it weighs about 10 pounds. So if you're looking for a light instrument, you might want to look elsewhere. It's not the heaviest bass I've ever had, but yeah, it's certainly not light. And if you're looking something to save the old backbone, this might not be the one for you. I think the shining star of this bass is the electronics and the way that G&L have approached it with the L2000. A lot of people are put off by it because they go, oh my god, too many knobs and switches, but actually, it's not that bad. So this bass is active, which means it's got a preamp on board. So we have got a master volume, a treble, a bass, and then our 3 switches here. 3-way toggle for the pickup selection, series and parallel switch, and then our active and passive switch with a twist. All the way down, it is completely passive. Bring it up into the middle, it is active, engaging that 2-band preamp, and then it's got a third option for an added treble boost. Now these knobs are actually bass and treble cut, so having that extra treble boost is quite a cool feature if you want just like a little bit more zing. It's the zing switch. G&L, you can have that one for free. The G&L zing switch. Shut up, Johnny. Let's take a listen to what this sounds like. All sound clips are recorded through the Line 6 HX Stomp with the Ampeg SVT4 Pro head and the matching SVT 8x10 cab. Well, thank you for sticking with me, because this is one hell of a diverse sounding bass. There's so many things in there, from the passive neck pickup, giving you a slightly more like P-bass type tone, to your almost like Music Man Stingray. Both pickups together, that is my favourite sound from here. Series and parallel as well was a really interesting thing to play with. And for those that don't know, and I barely know, so I'm going to try and explain it, but there would be a lot better videos explaining what this does. In parallel, the two pickups are working independently, so you're hearing both of them, and you're getting a bit more of a scooped sound. Put it into series mode means that they are wired and working together as one, almost like it's one pickup, as opposed to 4 individual coils. Now it's always still humbucking, but it's just the way in which they're phased and how. It's in series, as well as a little volume boost, you get slightly more bass and a bit of a pokier mid-range. If you've got a better description, explanation of series and parallel, please let me know in the comments section down below, but be nice. So the series and parallel switch is actually a really nice feature. It like doubles the amount of tones that this bass has, and I think that's always a sign of a good quality preamp. When there is like wild parameters that you never use, like on some cheap preamps, when you turn up the bass, it's just like way too gainy and just distorting the signal. So yeah, I had no issues here. Having that little treble boost on the Zing switch, I think it pairs really well when you put it into series mode. You know, you're getting that a bit more lows and mids, it's a bit pokier, and you can also put that treble boost in there as well. So many tones in here, so many I didn't demonstrate. You know, I had the preamp on full at all times. I didn't dial it back a little bit because I thought, you could dial it back with it series, parallel, every single pickup. There is so much you can do with this bass. There's so many tones. But do I really like the tones? Yeah, I do. I do like the tones. It sounds good. It's not really giving me that Stingray sound, though, that I maybe foolishly and naively wanted out of this bass. I wanted this to be my new Stingray. It doesn't give you that kind of sound. I think the bridge pickup is probably the weakest pickup out of all of these. Now, of course, now I'm aware of the Tribute series Kiloton. I don't know how you say it. That looks like their kind of version of a Stingray. So I totally, I can't really bash this bass for not being a Stingray copy. I think it's a really cool combination of specs and a really interesting bass, actually. So although it's not really for me in the way that it feels and the way that I want it to play, it doesn't feel bad. Playability wise, it's still super smooth, and it does have that P-bass quality to it. So I think actually putting it in passive mode with a neck pickup is really nice. But do you really want that kind of sound when you've got all of this at your disposal? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this bass. Overall, I think it's a fantastic buy for the price. In terms of quality, I think it's amazing, and the value for money is brilliant with the kind of clever electronics that you're getting in here. But not quite for me, I don't think. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.